Welcome to the 2026 Sociable City Summit featured panel on the Nashville Collaborative for Safety, Managing the Nighttime Pulse. John Drake, Chief, Metro Nashville Police Department, led an insightful discussion with this dynamic group, including Ricky Bearden, Commander, Metro Nashville Police Department, Matthew Tidwell, Fire Operations Chief, Nashville Fire Department, Richard Roker, Director, Transportation Licensing Commission, and Assistant Director, Curb Management, Nashville Department of Transportation, and Josh Johnson, Director of Training and Community Outreach, Safe Bar.
So let's get ready to do the panel, and we'll jump into it. I want to introduce some really great people. I talked about Ricky just a little bit, but we have Commander Ricky Bearden. You want to say how long you've been with the police department, Ricky?
Ricky Bearden, I've been with the police department 17 years, and I've been overseeing Central for the last 4 years.
All right, and then we have Fire Operations Chief Matthew Tidwell.
Chief Tidwell with the Nashville Fire Department. I've been with the department for 13 years and overseeing the entertainment district for the past year and a half.
All right, and then we have Director Josh Johnson.
Hi, Josh Johnson with the Sexual Assault Center. I'm overseeing Safe Bar, which is involved in training alcohol serving establishments within the entertainment district on sexual violence prevention attitudes.
And then we have Director Richard Rooker.
Yes, Richard Rooker. I'm the Director of the Transportation Licensing Commission. I'm also Assistant Director of Curb Management and Micromobility for the Nashville Department of Transportation. So we keep things moving.
Well, it's an honor to have you all here on this panel. Nashville's a lot safer because of the efforts that you do. So, Commander Bearden, can you discuss just really briefly crime in the downtown area and disorder and what you're doing about it? So.
Yes, sir. Just to give you all a brief description, downtown Nashville, we cover 3.5 square miles. Geographically, we're the smallest precinct in Davidson County. However, on any given Friday and Saturday night, downtown Nashville alone is the third or fourth largest city in the state of Tennessee, just due to the number of tourists that we have visit our great city. Looking at crime downtown, speaking of the entertainment district unit, they came on 3 years ago, and since then we continue to see a reduction in crime year over year. As of this morning, I was looking at crime numbers. We're showing a 26% reduction year to date, this time compared to last year without crime. Over 85% of our crime is property theft, and that's honestly due to the intoxication level of some of our tourists. They come in town and forget there's a Monday morning, and they have a little bit too much fun. However, we continue to work with them, the fire department, and the other agencies to address those issues. Give you a brief description of a call that we dealt with Chief Tidwell and his team this past weekend. It's been historically said in Nashville that it's a drugging issue in our downtown community. Since then, we've been working with the Safe Bar. A year and a half ago, we only had like 3 bars, Safe Bar trained along Broadway. I believe today we're closing up on 100 countywide, and many of those bars stretch along Broadway. But issue we had at one of our bars this past weekend, we got a call that witnesses observed a young lady being drugged and actually carried out the bar. Officers got there quickly due to being on foot. With the fire department, we was able to locate that suspect and also the victim, get that victim to the hospital. Luckily, she wasn't drugged. It was a misunderstanding, but it just goes to show how well we work with our agencies within downtown to keep it safe. So I like to say that we don't have a crime issue downtown, we have a behavior issue. So continue to work with agencies to address that, and partnerships, I can't say enough about the partnerships that we have in our city.
Very good, thank you. Chief Tidwell, can you discuss the fire department's role as it relates to day-to-day activities in the entertainment district and what you do when we have special events?
Absolutely. So the fire department's role, so I manage the fire suppression division as well as the EMS division as well as the fire marshal office division for the downtown district. We've placed our medical crews on med carts and things downtown as well as our fire crews on fire carts. The reason for that is because of the large apparatus of our normal responses. We place them on carts so that it doesn't disrupt the flow of traffic, pedestrians, and everything else downtown. We pair those up with PD. We work well with the EDU unit from PD downtown. The big issue that we have down there, like they reiterated earlier, every Friday and Saturday night, downtown district is this third largest city in the state. So we have an influx of tourists. As you all noticed, that some people got the Broadway flu last night. We have a lot of intoxications and things like that. We're able to have that entertainment district unit downtown respond to those calls, take care of those calls without disrupting flow for the rest of the county. As well as our fire marshal's office, they constantly are going in and out of the bars, doing head counts, making sure ingress egress isn't blocked, making sure that the city is safe for the tourists, things that are downtown, just keeping the flow of downtown from disrupting the rest of the flow for the rest of the county.
Yeah. Very good. Director Johnson, the national reporting for sexual assault is 28 to 32% in the nation, but here in Nashville, it's about 70%. Can you explain why so many victims come forward here in Nashville and how that partnership is so essential into what we do for our city?
That's a great question. So when we have agencies in our communities, like what Sexual Assault Center seeks to do, what we're doing is we're trying to partner with you all and with the stakeholders in the city to make sure that from top to bottom, if something happens to someone where they're sexually violated, sexually assaulted, whether that's a bar or anywhere else in the city, that we have trauma-informed systems from top to bottom. And the Office of Nightlife, Ben and his team, as well as the precincts that we work with, are essential to making sure that from that moment of harm to asking for help to getting that help, what we have is survivors, victims, who are being told, hey, you get to control and you get to decide what happens next, and we're here to surround you with that support. And what we just know is that when those trauma-informed policies and attitudes and collaboration happens, that people simply feel more empowered, more able to say, hey, something happened to me, I want to see justice happen. And so when we train bars, when we train these establishments, we're not here to say, hey, be so careful. What we're actually saying is, hey, we want people to fully enjoy the nightlife that Nashville has to offer. And we have some great systems, some great players here, from the precincts over the nightlife and the Office of Nightlife that are willing and able to surround our local community and our tourist community that comes in every weekend to say, hey, come here, have fun, and we are here to support you if something happens. So that's why we see such a higher numbers here, is because we have those partnerships that are saying we don't have to be so siloed and how we try to protect people and take care of people. We can work together, and that means that trauma-informed principles are just throughout the city, not just in these pockets.
Very good. Director Rooker, crowds in Nashville go, insane sometimes, especially when special events let out. Traffic is beyond crazy with taxis and Uber and Lyft. Can you describe your role in keeping Nashville orderly and the impact that you have?
Yes, Chief, thank you. We regulate all passenger vehicles for hire. So whether it be a wrecker, a taxi cab, a party bus, I don't know if y'all have had the privilege of seeing a party bus yet. They're usually on the weekends, so you might not have seen one last night or today. But scooters, I know you've seen the scooters. All of those things we regulate. Slow-moving vehicles. Let's see, horse and carriage. I don't know if you've had the opportunity to see the horse and carriages downtown. We regulate all of those industries. We also manage the curb. So if it's a hot dog vendor or we're getting valet done or have valet lanes put in, and we regulate that as well. We also have 38 enforcement officers that work very closely with the police department. They issue parking citations. They can issue any kind of metro summons for noise violations on party buses or the scooters or the pedal carriages that we regulate. So we work very closely with the police department. Our officers actually go to roll call to actually hear what's going on and how we can contribute to make their job a little bit easier. We kind of take the things off of them that they can focus on other things. So that's our role pretty much.
So we created an entertainment district unit when I first came to this summit, and it was two reasons: one, to make downtown safe, but two, we were losing people, 9 or 10 officers a week, because they were resigning because they did not want to be pulled from the districts they were assigned in to work downtown. And so we wanted to kill two birds with one stone by creating this unit to make downtown safe, but also to make sure that we would cut our attrition, and we've cut our attrition down tremendously with an entertainment district unit. Ricky, you've done tremendous. When I first started and left this summit, we brought back, we started with 8 people in EDI, and then we pulled people from everywhere. Describe the EDU and the impact that it's had downtown.
Yes, sir. Like you said, when we came back from the conference almost a decade ago now, well, you quickly implemented 1 sergeant and 8 officers. We called them our flex team back then. They worked hotspot areas, but Chief Drake reassigned them to actually work the entertainment district unit from 6 p.m. In a matter of months. He actually implemented the entertainment district unit. Prior to that, we had officers working in overtime capacity, so a homicide detective, a fraud detective coming down Friday and Saturday night in overtime capacity working. We had over 60 officers assigned to that initiative. And like Chief said, we had a lot of officers leaving the job, leaving the agency because they just wanted to work their assigned positions, which I totally respect. So with implementing EDU, and I can't say enough about Lieutenant Stein, who oversees the district and the work that he's done since the implementation. We have 1 lieutenant, now 6 sergeants and 30 officers. So we pretty much cut those officers' number in half. And we also cut crime in half too by just having vested officers down there, meeting with stakeholders, knowing the people who work down there on a weekend basis and getting things done, and officers who really wanted to be there. We also understood the challenge that it'll be to get officers to actually sign up to work every weekend. So with that, we implemented a pay stipend. So all personnel assigned to our entertainment district unit get an additional $1,250 a month, broken up bi-weekly on each pay period, due to working a high, stressful, and challenging job.
So for all the panelists, describe your role in creating safe places for women and sometimes men downtown. I know we heard from the Sexual Assault Center, but we'll start with you, Fire Chief.
Can you repeat that again?
So describe your role in creating safe places for women who are downtown drinking, consuming, etc., and for also men.
So one of the things that we do, as well as Lieutenant Stein's group down there, we have a monthly security meeting with all the bars and things. So we build relationships with the different establishments in the downtown area. One of the big things that I reiterate to all those stakeholders is if you have any issues, if you have an overly intoxicated person, male, female, whoever in the establishment, it does not hurt at all to call us to have those people checked out. We would much rather go check them out, get them to a safe space. With the efforts of PD, we can get them either to the hospital, we can get them over to our group with Red Frogs to sober up for a little while, we can find them a place to stay, we can reunite them with friends, whatever the case may be, we get them to a safe place for the night and make sure that they're taken care of. Our biggest thing down there is just making sure that we don't have people wandering around alone. I know multiple times I've spoke with the entertainment district unit on PD side and had them check somebody out that didn't maybe want to speak to us, just to make sure that those people are accounted for and they're getting back somewhere safe for the night. Obviously, you all know if you went out on Broadway last night, there's a lot of alcoholic beverages being served everywhere, so our biggest thing is just making sure people are safe. So we have great working relationships. We have a text group with every one of the establishments down there. If they see something, they say something to us, and we get en route and try to find that person, locate them, and get them to where they need to be.
All right. Commander?
Yeah, I'm huge on partnerships and being transparent. So when you think from a male perspective, you all might not believe this when we talk about drug incidents and things of that nature. We have more males that are actually drugged downtown versus females, and it's just due to a small population of individuals who come into Nashville pretty much every weekend to find intoxicated males to take watches, jewelry, valuable items after being invited back to their hotel rooms and Airbnb. As far as females, we quickly understood the importance of actually working with Safe Bar and the Sexual Assault Center to actually get messaging out to our stakeholders, being that they're an expert in that field. And so the more information that we share with bar owners and bar management, the better equipped them and their staff are to handle situations. Chief Tillwell talked about the monthly security meeting, which Lieutenant Stein has one Thursday coming up. And we also monthly meet with the district merchants, all the merchants in the downtown area, and we share real-time updates. Another great thing we do as a city, Kristen Wilson, she's our Chief Operating Officer. She holds a meeting with all division stakeholders every Tuesday morning to talk about the previous weekend so we can address gaps and challenges and in real time address those issues. And I can't say enough about our partners at NDOT. When you think about the number of people and pedestrians that we have downtown using real science or LiDAR system now to actually track how many pedestrians that we have walking along Broadway, so we know when to make a decision, when to close the streets down, when to keep the streets open for public safety.
All right. Director Johnson, what partnerships do you have for keeping women safe and also some men?
So again, to reiterate, big pieces are a relationship with the board of the Office of Nightlife. Excuse me, my bad. I'm a little under caffeinated this morning. But the Nightlife and the Women's Caucus, which has been essential in making sure that our partnership with the state and making sure that we can keep doing this and get the funding that we need to make sure we can keep this program growing. Like Commander Beaton mentioned, we were able to hit 100 bars statewide, and that change from kind of like a slow progress and episodic training episodes to something that's a little more institutional is because of these partnerships with the Women's Caucus, with the Office of Nightlife, and with precincts. And so being able to hear the actual quote boots on the ground perspective of like what's going on in the entertainment district, so that we can kind of know where do we need to target, who do we need to talk to, what businesses do we need to make sure we train to make this city safer. And I can talk a lot more about our program and kind of decide. We do have a session later this afternoon, but these partnerships are, when I say essential, I mean essential to making sure that we're actually contributing to safety and not just doing episodic training experiences with bars.
All right. I'm going to ask one more question, and then I'm going to turn it over for anyone out here that wants to ask questions. I'm sure you have a lot that you want to ask us. But the last question is for everyone. Complete this sentence. Nashville is safer and more vibrant because we do what?
Collaboration.
Partnership.
We listen.
And we care. We want people to be safe. We want people to have fun. We want people to be safe.
Great, great. All right, we'll turn it over to any of you all. You have any questions you want to ask any of our panelists?
Anybody have questions? All right.
Great. Raheem Manning, City of Philadelphia, Senior Director for Nighttime Economy. I know you said after you came back from the South Carolina conference, you created the entertainment district unit. Now, was the entertainment district already designated by the city, or was that you led that effort to create this as an entertainment district and provide special policing for it?
Yeah, that was me creating that. I saw Nashville starting to really, really take off, even more so than you could imagine. And back at the time, we had just Broadway. Broadway has always been a high energy, high volume street. But then all these other places started growing, 2nd Avenue, the Gulch, and other things. And so I came back and I wanted to actually put together about 20 members, but I was just a commander at the time, and the deputy chief was like, no, he cut me off at the flex team. And so when I became chief, I knew what I wanted to do. I knew that it would be vital. And so I started it with just those 8 members, and it was not an EDU then, but it is now. And so it was just kind of having a vision of coming to this conference and hearing what you all are doing and networking. If I was still a commander, I'd be here just networking with everyone, just learning. So, thank you.
Hi, Chief. My name is Danny, and I serve as the Vice Mayor for the City of West Hollywood.
Okay.
I got to say, I went out in your town, and I was very impressed by the operations I saw. I felt very safe. I felt very secure. There was such a strong presence of law enforcement to keep people orderly and safe in Nashville. So thank you for all the work that you do and your entire team up here
Thank you.
for keeping everyone safe. West Hollywood is a very unique town. We are an LGBTQ plus centric city. We have a rainbow district that is concentrated with most of our LGBTQ nightlife, bars and clubs in one strip. What safeguards are you taking at a time when LGBTQ rights are being under attack from all ends? What is your department doing to help protect the LGBTQ nightlife here in Nashville? And I know that here they're not together in one strip like they are in West Hollywood. It seems to be spread out. So, so what kind of actions are you taking?
Yeah, so community engagement is key to what we do, and we started an outreach of community partnerships through our called OCOP with our police department. So we put liaisons in place to deal with virtually anything. Like that's the precision model that I was talking about. And so we have representatives from the LGBTQ community. We have a representative that deal with just our unhoused and homeless community, Hispanic community, et cetera. So Asian community. And so we've already built someone in to build that relationship and to keep growing it. And so we have meetings with members in the gay and lesbian community. We talk about safeguarding. We bring them in as partners. And so it's just all, again, beginning with those partnerships that we do. You want to add to that, Ricky, a little bit?
Yeah, we also have a Safe Place program that our liaison would actually go out to different bars and venues to actually train their staff on what to expect from police, and also how we can be better as law enforcement officers when engaged in these communities. So that's something that we're done for at least over a decade.
All right, so we got 1 minute. I think we're pretty much done.
We're pretty much tied up. All right, well, thank you. All of you gather outside in front of the banner and we'll take a photograph, but remember, we're moving on. Nashville, Tennessee's downstairs. Thank you all for being here. You can view the complete panel presentation and learn more about the 2027 Sociable City Summit in Philadelphia at sociablecity.org/summit/video.